What's up, everyone? It's episode 43 of the You Might Be Surprised podcast. I'm drinking my coffee, dude. How's everyone going, man? How's everyone going? It's episode 43 of the You Might Be Surprised podcast. Wild, bro. 43. I've almost been doing this shit for a year, dude. And I even ain't got started. No sense. I haven't even gotten started, dude. I'm going to continue podcasts every week of my life until I die because I love this shit, dude. I love it. But how's everyone doing, man? It's episode 43. Episode 42 was wild. If you didn't check that out, I highly suggest it. And if you're new to the podcast, man, make sure you download it or make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can follow the podcast. It's available everywhere on every podcasting platform. All you have to do is search up You Might Be Surprised. And then if you want to follow the socials of the podcast, just follow You Might Be Surprised Instagram. I post little clips up on there. And then if you're like, hey, this Chris dude, the host of the You Might Be Surprised podcast he's cool. I should follow his main stuff. You can follow me at YMBS_Chris, dude. AKA You Might Be Surprised Chris. Now, is this my second time recording this podcast? Yes. Did I get about 6 minutes in from the last recording and I was going a mile a minute and I wasn't ready to record? Yes. Am I extremely tired because I had to go pick up my friend from the bar last night, and then I didn't go to bed till 1 a.m.? Yes. Did I try to go to sleep and then I fell asleep and then somebody called and said, hey, people are coming to the house, get ready? Yes. And then did that send me into I have to record my podcast as soon as possible? Yes. And then from there, did I go and take a quick shower? And then I looked at my beard and I was like, I should trim up my neck beard just a little bit. Yes. Was I in a rush? And I didn't know what I was doing? Yes. Did I end up cutting my neck? Yes. But dude, it's episode 43, man. We don't give a flying fuck on this podcast. We're just ripping and sipping coffee, dude. Ripping and sipping. That's all we do. Dude, we're ripping and sipping. We are ripping. We are ripping and sipping on the You Might Be Surprised podcast, man. Ripping and sipping, dude. Ripping and sipping that iced Americano. Ripping life. Yeah, man. If you ain't ripping and sipping, dude, you're not a part of the podcast culture, dude. You ain't a part of the podcast culture, dude. You gotta be ripping and sipping. Ready to die for the podcast, dude? Dude, I'll die for this podcast, man. If someone went in here and said, hey, you can finish your podcast, but then I have to shoot you, I'd be like, I bet. I'd die for this shit, dude. Me and you, dude, we're together forever. Because I ain't never stopping, dude. I've almost been doing this for a year. I ain't never stopping. I'm going to keep doing it and keep doing me because I think I have a great personality. Didn't mean to rhyme. It's episode 43. What's up? I hope everyone's doing well, I hope everyone's ripping and sipping on this Monday morning if you're listening to it when it drops or if you're listening to this any day besides Monday. I hope you're having a great day, dude. I hope you're having a great day. I'm currently recording this. Oh, didn't switch my watch. I'm currently recording this on Saturday at 11:08 p.m. And I'm flying by the seat of my pants. Also, who came up with that? Because makes no sense. Flying by the seat of your pants has to be old. Has to be an old saying. Anyways, man. I'm going out tonight. My first time going out in a very long time because of COVID. Your boy got the freaking COVID vaccine, dude. And I'll let you know, I took that thing like a freaking champ. Also, I feel like no one is on their shit when it comes, or at least from my experience, it felt like I felt like I was getting interrogated when I was getting this. I had to answer a bunch of questions. I had to fill out a pamphlet and pretty much making sure that I'm real, I guess. Is there any blood on my... And dude, I was a little. I thought the process was gonna be like a little bit more than what it was. I went in there and I was like, I'm here for my COVID shot. They're like, all right, fill out these paperworks. And then they're like, are you an essential worker? I'm like, well, technically my job is essential. So I said yes. And then, but I was nervous, dude. Like I was shaking. I felt like I was getting like interrogated. Like, are you an essential worker? Hail Hitler, like, or not Hail Hitler. Hail Hydra. That's what I was thinking of. Hail Hydra, right? And filled that out, and I thought that they were gonna take me into a back room. I thought like I couldn't be around anyone. No, dude, they put me behind this wall. They're like, all right, here's your shot. Take off your shirt. I was like, this is a little weird, taking off my shirt in the middle of public. They're like, take off your shirt. I was like, okay. And they pricked me, dude, with this long needle, dude. They pricked me, and I was like, ow. And that shit hurts, dude. I got the Moderna. Also, why does Moderna sound like a shitty city in Australia? Right? It seems like it's a beach city in Australia, and all that's there is a surf shop and a taco stand. That's what Moderna sounds like. Now, could be very wrong. Probably really am. But yeah, dude, I got the Moderna one. I have to go back and get the second one. Also, I would have preferred the Johnson & Johnson. If you know anything about the COVID shots, which everyone should by now, they're going to be mandatory here and soon. If you want to travel, they're going to make you go and get the shot. I was so against the shot. I didn't want the shot because I've gone this long and I haven't gotten sick. I haven't gotten sick at all. And I was like, why? I don't need this. I'm fine. I'm chilling. And then my friends were like, you do know, like, once you get this, you're pretty much immune to COVID. And I was like, I bet. That's, like, all I needed to hear. Now, granted, if you know anything about COVID, it's mutating. There's newer strains of COVID. There's, like, the Florida version of COVID is, like, more receptible than, like, the Midwest. And then there's also, like, I think there's one coming from New Zealand. I could be very wrong. But there's one coming from Europe that, like, the vaccine does nothing for, or it does something. Like, it's not going to be, if I remember correctly from what I read, the vaccine's going to help you, but you could still catch it, right? Like that's the problem with COVID is it mutates. And I was like, dude, I mean, anything to feel more normal and not feel like stressed out. Like, the reason why, like, I've been living my life, dude. I've been living my life. But I haven't been living life like I was back in 2019. And that's just because I live at home still, and I would feel absolutely terrible that if I went out to the bar just because I'm young and I want to enjoy my life and maybe make out with a random chick, that I would feel absolutely terrible if that random chick got me COVID and then I brought that home and then I killed my grandma, right? I would not be able to live with myself because I probably didn't even know the chick's name. And her name was probably Brittany, and nobody likes a goddamn Brittany. All right? So now that I got the first shot, I'm like, oh, bro, I'm invincible. Call me Superman, dude. Super Chris. Super, you might be surprised, Chris, dude. And so I know I'm not like 100% immune because I do need the second shot, but I am going out to the bar, tonight. I'm not going to like one of those freaking party bars. I'm just going to go and get a couple drinks, probably socially distanced, dude, with my friends. And yesterday, dude, I was so excited to go get these drinks. I was like, dude, I'm getting an Uber. Don't have to drive so I can get a little tipsy. And I'm going to be out late. And, you know, it's going to feel like I'm back in college. And I end up having to go and pick up one of my friends who was at a bar last weekend or last night. And I didn't end up going to bed till 1, and I woke up this morning and I feel like I got ran over by a train, and then I got up and I was fine, and then 2 dogs attacked me and gouged out my eyes, and then they sewn back my eyes, and they're like, hey dude, here's the thing, you're gonna live, but you're gonna have baggy eyes for the rest of your life. And I was like, well, I guess that's a trade-off, and that is how I feel right now. That is how I feel, because I feel so tired, and I'm young, and I shouldn't feel this tired. You know, I maybe got I got up at like 6, fell back asleep back to 7. Kind of was up and down from 7 to 8. Slept on a couch, dude. I'm too old to be sleeping on a couch. You know, I'm too old to be sleeping on a couch. But I haven't. This COVID thing has made me not social personally. I'm still very social on all my group chats with all my friends, interacting with you guys on Twitter, making these podcasts. I feel like I'm doing more than I have in my whole entire life, but I do it from this goddamn room, and I feel like I need to go out and live and see like a bar fight, you know? see somebody walking their dog down the road, and then like the dog runs off, and you're like, oh, there goes Daisy. You know? I feel like I'm not living. I feel like I need to go to the bakery, dude, and get breakfast all by myself. And then maybe the waitress will hit on me. And then I fall in love and get married. Right? Then I fall in love and get married. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm just like, I need to be social, so I'm hyped, but also I'm gonna feel like I got hit by 2 trains and had dogs attack me. And this time the doctors are gonna say, we told you not to go out, you're gonna get hit by a train and attacked by dogs. And I was like, I know, I'm young, stupid. And they're like, so you lost your eyesight. I'm like, darn. Anyways, dude. Speaking of hot chicks and girls hitting on me, I did the most cheesiest thing to get this girl's to get a girl's attention at the gym, and it didn't work whatsoever. Okay? I wrote this down specifically so I could talk about it. So if this isn't social nervousness, social anxiety, I don't know what is, dude. So if you don't know, or if you haven't picked up on it, I have a stutter. So talking to people in public, or getting the nerves to go and talk to a girl in public, is already hard, but it intensifies for me because I'm like, oh shit, I might fuck up, like, you know. And so I had this plan. So I've been seeing this girl at the gym, and she is so beautiful, dude. And so bad. And like, we always like end up like looking at each other throughout the gym, and where I stretch and where she stretches, like, so like I'm stretching over here and she's stretching over here. And I finished my stretching, and I didn't want to go out and like ruin her workout and go and talk to her while she was working out. So I was like, all right, dope. Let me think of a way to get her attention. So I was like, what can I do? And then it hit me. I was like, I'm going to leave my wallet, because my wallet has the key to get into the gym, on the bench. And I'm going to get to my car, and I was going to act like I forgot it. I was going to act like I forgot it, but really I just planted the wallet because won her attention. And I was like, once she opens the door, I was going to say, oh, hey, thanks. Also, by the way, what's your name? I see you here all the time. And hopefully that was going to lead to Snapchat exchanges, and then we were going to go on dates, and then I was going to marry this chick, right? So what ended up happening was, so I played the whole thing out. Left my wallet. I walked all the way to my car just in case she was looking at me. I did the whole like slap your, like, where's my wallet? Like you're trying to feel it. And then I was like, oh, I did the whole thing just in case she was looking at me through the window. I was like, oh, it's probably in the gym. So then I go and I knock on the door. I'm like, hey, can you let me in? I'm signaling like my wallet's right there. And then she sees it, and then she makes it a connection. And she opens up the door, and as I'm saying, hey, thanks, by the way, what's your name? She just opens up the door and then walks away. Doesn't even give me the time of day. And I was heartbroken. I was like, I did all this. I fake planted my wallet, and you're just gonna not even acknowledge that I fake planted my wallet to talk to you? I was so upset, and I was also laughing, thinking that was gonna work. I thought that me leaving my wallet was gonna acknowledge her to talk to me, and for me to talk to her, and I thought that was gonna work, and it didn't. But it made me think that there's literally apps for everything, right? How come? Okay, like I could have just went up and talked to her and things probably would have went better, except for I had to plant this whole stupid I had to plant my wallet there. I had to make her open up the door. She's already pissed because I screwed up her workout. You know what I mean? So how come there's not an app that's just called like Hype Man? And literally what it is it's a guy, or like hype pronoun. You know, call it whatever. And it's a guy or a girl that pretty much hypes you up to go into talking to that girl at the bar or the girl at the gym. Specifically, it worked great at the gym because you already have your headphones in, like you press play on the app and it already has like your name thing in there. And it's like the dude's like, "Hey Chris, I see you're checking out that chick from across the room, dude. Go and talk to her, man. Go and talk to her. You have nothing to lose. You're a great guy. You have a great personality. You can hold a conversation. What's stopping you from talking to her? If anything, you're hurting her more from not talking to her because she's going to miss out on a great guy." Huh? How come there's none of that? Because that's all I need to hear, and I will march my freaking ass over there and be, "Hey, name's Chris. Nice to meet you. Do you want to grab drinks? Or protein shake? Whatever you're into?" Instead, I planned a fake wallet, or I planned my wallet, and I didn't even get a chance to talk to this chick. Excuse me. I'm telling you, this is a great idea. I should just make this app, dude. Imagine you could partner up with celebrities, dude. Imagine a hype man, Matthew McConaughey, dude. This is going to be a terrible Matthew McConaughey impression, but I'm going for it. Green lights. All I see is green lights. All you see, Chris, is green lights. Hey, do you want to go over there and talk to that girl? Hey, man, I'm giving you the green light. Oh my gosh, dude. Imagine like Ryan Reynolds, dude, doing Deadpool or something stupid to go and hype you up to go and talk to people. This is the future. Someone's going to see this and they're going to steal this idea and they're going to make millions. And then they'll be like, "Yeah, I heard this on a stupid podcast." Imagine, dude. You know how many more people would be getting the girls of their dreams because they don't like a lot of the times they just text their friends like, "Hey, do I go talk to this cute chick?" And they're like, "Well, yeah, but that doesn't do anything. You need somebody in your ear." Maybe like a British dude. "Hey, bruv, I see you're checking out that cute clique over there. She's looking mighty fine, isn't she? Why don't you just go and buy her a pint and you'll be all right. And next thing you know, she's at your place later tonight." Dude, $1 million idea. $1 million idea. Let's get it. Let's run it, dude. Let's send it. Come on. You, me, and a coder, dude, we're making millions. Put an ice cube in my mouth. Whoops. Anyways, man. It's the shit I think about throughout the week. What else do I have here? Oh yeah. So how long have I been going for? 20 minutes, dude. Liddy. This one probably a little bit of a shorter podcast. Just an FYI, boys and girls. So, if you've been watching the past couple podcasts, you probably realize I've been doing some current events. So I've been trying to find some weird, wacky ones to talk about, and I got it. Hold on, let me find. I'm putting my notes, right? I did put in my notes. Yeah, man. I saw this. I was like, this would be fun to talk about, especially because we're talking about girls and relationships and partying, dude. So, hey, I get it, bro. Some people, if they get cheated on, they still continue to be with their significant other. Because it's the whole thing like, oh, they've learned, like, and you still have deep connection, and it's just like, it is what it is, and you'd rather be with them than to go through the whole finding somebody again, you know? It's a pain in the ass, you know? And, but also I think there's lines. There's lines between whether you go back with a person or not. And I think what I'm about to read is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my whole entire life. Husband forgives wife who stabbed him 22 times in jealous rage. Husband forgives who stabbed him 22 times in jealous rage. Husband forgives wife who stabbed him 22 times in jealous rage. Dude. You want to know why she stabbed him? Because she was convinced that he was having an affair. She sent text saying would not be taken for a mug, and it was payday. If my chick sends me that and I'm coming home, I'm turning the car around and I'm going to a friend's house because I'm scared for my life. Imagine getting that text when you're driving home from work and the text says would not be taken for a mug. It's payday. I'm divorcing right away because I know my chick is crazy. Oh my gosh. The next morning she attacked her husband of 25 years in the kitchen. I thought she was the one I was going to spend my life with. This is what the guy said. I thought she was the one I was going to spend my life with. There's an element of forgiveness because I love her. Dude! If you stab me once, I'm never talking to you for the rest of your goddamn life. If you stab me 2 times, like once, and I heal up and then you stab me again, dude, I'm literally moving states. If you stab me 3 times, dude, I'm moving to China and I'm joining the Chinese mafia. Okay? If you stab me, I don't care if you birth my children. I'm getting so far away from you because you're crazy. Now, if I deserved it, cool. Right? If I forgot to pick up the kid from school, it's not a stabbable act, but I get it. Right? I deserved it. What's a stabbable act for? I mean, I guess an affair. I get it. Some people are psycho. I guess that's enough reason to stab somebody. But like, besides that, like, I don't know. Maybe if you're married to the guy or girl for like 20 years and the guy just never ever lifts the seat up when he pees, and you're just sick and tired of cleaning up pee after him because us dudes always forget it, it's a stabbable act. I just saw this and I was like, dum 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 dum. I was like, there's no way. And I'm pretty sure that the kid, their kid had to call the 911 because the wife was like, oh no, what have I done? Wild, dude. Wild. There's no way. She's in jail and you still forgive her? Huh? I'm getting a new chick right away. Hey, honey, you're gone. I go and talk to my kid. Hey, look. I married a crazy bitch. All right? It is what it is. You know, I shouldn't be here, but since I'm here, I'm going to get you a new mom. I'm going to get me a new wife. And I'll buy you some McDonald's and we'll forget that this bitch didn't even exist. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, dude? No way. No way. None. I'm gone. Honestly, stab me once. Might even just freaking move to China. My podcast is contagious. Anyways, man. I don't think I've written down anything else. Anywho, the last thing I'll say before I sign off is the new Justice League dropped, the Snyder Cut. Pretty hyped about that. I have an hour left. I'm gonna pick up my room and go watch that shiznit before people come here. Finish that out, and I'm hyped. I'm hyped, dude. It's episode 43, dude. We're here. It's episode 43. Rippin' and sippin', dude. Rippin' and sippin'. Or sippin' and rippin'. Sippin' and rippin' sounds better, I think. Rippin' and sippin'. You might be surprised. Rippin' and sippin', dude. We're just rippin' and sippin' through life, baby. Honestly, it's a great saying because most people are literally ripping and sipping, dude, coffee throughout their whole entire life. You wake up, sipping the coffee, ripping your life, dude, trying to figure out who you are and why your life has purpose. And then you fall asleep and you redo the same thing every single day, dude. Still trying to find out the key to life or why I'm here. And you know what? If you're listening to this, your key of life is just to have a great day, man. Just to have a great day. Anyways, it's episode 43 in the books, dude. I do have a cool guest coming on in a couple of podcasts. He'll be kind of cool. He's a business guy. And we're going to talk about social media and branding. Social, like branding yourself online and creating a business around yourself. And how to do that with whatever you love. Yeah, that'll be cool. That's coming soon. He's a small podcaster. I'm a even smaller podcaster. So we'll mix and match some communities and we'll see what happens, dude. But I'm signing off. Ripping it and sip it, dude. I've been Chris. You've been beautiful. Try something new. You might be surprised what happens. Peace, guys.